Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the 3 a.m. chat, which is a very special day because today we are introducing to our 4 a.m. chats, Mr. Aiden Felgate. Say hello, my son.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome to the group, my friend.
So, obviously, we have myself, Joe, we have the legend himself, Mr. Harry Ravel, and we have Mr. Salad Fingers and Cody Mortimer, and Mr. 4am Chats, Aiden Felgate. So, so, if you don't know, Aiden is one of our friends we met at uni. Aiden, do you want to tell us, first of all, I feel like you should tell us how we met you. I feel like because it's a really good story how we met Aiden for the first time.
I mean, there wasn't too much to it. It was moving in day in halls, and I was like at the opposite end. I remember being at the opposite end of you in the same building, and I kind of just walked into your room, was like, "Hi, I live here now. How you doing?"
We're friends now.
Just trying to make some friends. Yeah, it was quite weird because you guys were sharing a room, weren't you?
Yeah, me and Harry, because we have obviously been friends for, I think 10 years it is now.
Decades.
How he's put up with me that long, I do not know. I don't think he knows either, to be fair. So yeah, we shared a room for the first semester of uni because cheaper rent, and then Harry got a girlfriend and realised like maybe that probably isn't going to work sharing a room. And then
I don't know. You could always, you know.
Put a sock on the door. But then we kind of were like talking. We were like, oh, do you know what? There's this thing. People say you should like leave your door open at uni, and we were like, oh yes, we'll definitely do that. So like we like right at the end of the hallway. So like people wouldn't really walk past the door unless you were coming to our room. But anyway, we left the door open, moving in, sorting out our stuff. Aiden walks in the door, sits on Harry's bed, and he goes, "You're right." Just right out of the blue, and we're like, and me and Harry are like, who the fuck is this kid just like sitting in our room? And then just like that, just like gonorrhea, he never left us.
Can't get rid of me, mate. Couldn't get rid of me.
You can't get rid of him.
I think that's cute though. That's do you know what I mean? That shows a bit of wanting to make friends like straight away. Like I think when you're at uni, it's such a like sort of scary place it can be when you're trying to make friends with people you never even met before. So it's like props to you, mate. I mean, just walking in there, how you doing? Let's get on with being friends, and the next
Definitely,
few years
mate.
became awesome.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. So Aiden, tell us a bit more about yourself, my friend.
From uni, you know, we're all performers. But I was doing the acting course, and it's something that I have followed up on. I'm now living in London, trying to pursue that. Doing the odd bits and bobs here and there. Obviously, lockdown has put a hindrance on that, so pretty much just spending all my time playing FIFA and COD. But, yeah,
aren't we all?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that, it's COD.
yeah,
It's good life experience.
some sort of video game. But yeah, so I feel like Aiden's selling himself a bit short, so I'm about to big him up a little bit. So like I said, we met Aiden at uni. He was an acting for film course, and since then has done loads of little bits, loads of little adverts, voiceover bits. He's got something quite exciting coming out in the near future, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I was in a little HSBC advert way back when. Was it HSBC?
Yeah, it was an in-house thing though, so it wasn't really put out to the public.
Oh right, okay.
What was the music video? Was there a music video you did as well? Like you were part of?
Oh god, it was Sigma, and it was like a remake of an old song.
It's a tune.
I can't remember what it was. It was a bit of a bop, but I just remember it being on Love Island. Eh?
Is it like a Neo remake? Is it?
I don't think so. I can't remember what it's called.
I'm gonna look it up quick. Sigma.
Oh no.
It just came to my head. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I remember it said he was in a.
Mate, he's done loads.
I mean, I was pretty much an extra in it, but it was a good day out. So. We were basically just vibing all
It
day.
looked fun. It looked fun. Because were you
I
playing?
almost
wasn't you
broke
playing,
the
like,
camera
football
that
in
day,
it?
though. Yeah. I've done a lot of football jobs, to be fair.
Is it
Yeah.
Dilemma?
Yeah, Dilemma. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Who's
It's
this?
I
a
was
tune.
just an extra in it. It wasn't too much in it.
I can't remember who the original is.
I don't know who it is. But so further on from then, Aidan then moved in with me and Codes because Harry sold us short.
For his other friends, apparently.
I'm joking. I'm joking. No, Harry got stolen away. He got stolen away by another house because Harry's just cleared that wanted by everyone.
Yeah.
They're only
Wanted
human.
Brilliant. But yeah, the rest is kind of history. And moving on from there, at the end of second year, which moving into our chat in the deep, we went on a little adventure, boys.
Chat in the deep.
Hopped on a plane, and we headed to the Greek island of Zakynthos.
I love
5
his
days?
name. Its full name.
I'm making
I'm
making it sound a little bit bougie. I
mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't at all. So anyway, so a little context. So we were like, do you know what? We want to go on a lads' holiday, and we were and ahhing about it, and they were like, do you know what? We're gonna pay, and then I don't know why how it came about, but we were gonna pay for it for Harry's birthday. Was it for your 21st or something?
Yeah, I remember now.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It would have been your 21st.
I think it was just my birthday.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was
we were all
20th,
going to chip
yeah.
in for it. And then, basically, someone told you, and basically Harry found out about it and was like, nah, I'm not letting you, and I was like, no, I'm not letting you pay for it. And then, but we still ended up going, which was great, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
We must also probably give a shout out to the other member of the Zakynthos crew. I say Zakynthos is Zante crew, let's be honest with you. Mr. Joe Lang. So if you're listening, Joe, we miss ya. Shout out.
Yeah, we'll get you on sometime, maybe, mate.
We'll get you on. We'll get you on again.
This is a test to see if he listens. He texts on us.
So, boys, we're gonna talk about the adventures of Zante. Now, I know Codes has got some topics and big events that happened on that holiday, but I literally remember us getting off the plane and being like, doing the classic in-betweeners thing, and us all going, it's hot.
Might be too hot.
Actually, I kind of want to take us back to on the plane where everyone fell asleep. Well, I was sat next to Cody, right, for the entire journey. You,
Unlucky.
Harry, and Joe were asleep, so I had no one to talk to on that side. And then I was sat next to Cody, who had his headphones on for the entire 4-hour journey and was lip singing Bruno Mars because the 24 carat had just dropped and was dancing the entire 4 hours. And then on my right side there was some randomer who was sleeping as well. So yeah, that was a fun 4 hours just sat there like twiddling my thumb.
Yeah, I was buzzing. I was buzzing
Absolutely
from as soon
vibing.
as we
Fair
left.
play to you, mate.
Gatwick
I didn't
to...
even know I was asleep. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was
think
quiet.
I drank a lot more than I let on that holiday because I
Yeah.
don't remember much of it.
Well, I don't know. I just remember everyone was like, Joe, you have to sit in the middle because you're the smallest. I'm like, brilliant. So Harry had the window seat. Joe Lang had the aisle seat, and then you two were on the other side. I was thinking, I was squashed in between Joe and Harry because Joe's Mr. Muscles, so he's fucking broad as shit, and Harry's also broad. So I'm thinking, fuck me, I'm like squeezed into this like tiny little
These
seat.
hench guys.
And like, and I remember that was the hype of fidget spinners, wasn't it? Because like we were spinning fidget spinners all the time.
God.
Still.
Yeah.
Because I remember like I did the fidget spin on like in slow motion, and the slow motion and Apple had just come out as well. So I was like doing the fidget spin on like I've got a random video of me flicking a fidget spin on Harry's earlobe.
I don't remember any of this.
On the plane.
This is why we're doing this subject, because there's so much we forget. Right? I forgot about how I was obsessed with Bruno Mars, like you said, Aidan. Like, I was.
You were teaching me and Aiden the dance.
Yeah.
Videos of us like trying to do the whatever it is. I don't know
Yeah.
what it's called.
No, it's mad. I mean, when we
quality.
when we landed, it was like you said, Joe. It was really hot. I feel like we got a bit lucky because
It was real
the day we
hot.
the day we got there, I'd say was probably the hottest. This probably the hottest day in our whole. I was like, if it's like this for the whole week, I don't know if I'm going to survive. I was genuinely.
Well, I just remember
scared.
us
don't think
having
Harry
to get
did.
on that shitty little coach. we had to get on the
What was
shitty
that?
little coach that was included in our like hotel price, and
The fear.
oh my
Yeah.
god, we were at the back of this coach, and all five of us.
We didn't even know if it was the right one.
We literally, we had no clue. I thought at one point we may die here because we had
Yeah.
no clue if this is the right coach or not. We could just end up in the middle. And then when we turned up to the hotel, we were like, "Is this us?" We were like, "Oh."
Yeah.
It was the fear of what hotel we're gonna stop at as they.
It was because
as
we
like
didn't really know.
it's
No.
got worse
Right.
and worse.
It went from best to worst. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, it did, didn't it? Because I remember the first hotel we stopped at. We were like, "Oh, this is awesome. Let this be us." And it's like, "No, it's not us." Do you know what the worst thing is? We booked it. You'd think like someone else has booked it for us. Of like how we had no idea about what hotel we're going to.
Bad, wasn't it?
Mental.
It was proper bad.
Well, since we're on the hotel, what would you give it out of like 5 for the overall hotel?
I mean, it was nice. It was clean. It's what you want from like a cheap lad's holiday. But if you're looking for luxury, I wouldn't give it anywhere higher than a 6.
No.
It did the job. Do you know what I mean? It was
That's
it
what I
was
said, yeah.
cleanish.
Yeah,
At least
I
the
mean,
shower
well,
worked.
well, me and
It literally looked like the one out of In-Betweeners.
yeah, I will say though, I think me and Aidan, we got lucky because we split it into 2 rooms. You had Joe Lang and Harry in one room, and then me and Aidan were in one room together. I think me and Aidan
was
were in
that
a
again?
slightly. We're slightly. Say that again.
Why were the rooms split like that?
I don't know. No, we do. Well, at the time,
It was
me
brown
and
people
Aidan
and
were
white
the-
people, wasn't it?
yes, yeah. It was like a Asian. That's what it was. There we go.
No, it was not that. It was not that. No, it was not that. It was.
Nah,
singles.
we
It was singles
yeah.
and in relationship people.
Yeah, we were me and Aidan were single, and the white guys were taken. So me and Aidan were in like our room. I think we were like in a lower level to where the other 3 were staying, but we had a really cool room. Like it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we got because you guys I remember you were saying like it was getting really hot and sticky, and you like struggled a bit with sleeping and stuff. So I don't know if that kind of.
Well,
You
yours
did-
was the
yeah,
room to hang out in
joking.
for pre-drinks as well. That's where we ended up like pre-drinking all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
they had the balcony, didn't they? So do you know what? I actually would give
Yeah.
I actually would give the hotel like a 7 out of 10. Like the food was disgusting, but
Well, we'll get onto the food. We'll get on.
the food was like awful. Like it was shambolic. Like breakfast. I remember one time we got up for breakfast, and then we were like, "Oh, you got to get up for breakfast." I'm like, "I do not want that shit again. That was disgusting." Like it was awful. It was shambolic. And then
I mean,
and-
it's just like.
but then the
can't
bar
believe
was
I'm so
alright.
late.
The bar was okay that they had. The hotel bar wasn't bad. Like the
The
drinks were
Wi-Fi
not
was
bad.
shit.
The Wi-Fi
The
was,
Wi-Fi was
shit.
shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
You had to pay for it
but
as well.
But the pool weren't bad. The pool was
No,
pretty
that was good.
decent. And like the seating around the pool, they had some pretty cool hammocks that you could like lie in. That was pretty cool. And the rooms themselves, like they weren't anything special, but they weren't bad. Like
I didn't. I liked that there wasn't. You know, when sometimes you go to places like that have a pool and you get this same entertainment person that goes, "Come on, guys, get up." There wasn't like that wasn't happening every day, which I just thought was nice because I think it allowed people just to relax, like if we were hungover, like we were every day, basically when you're in Zante. What was the thing? I just remembered it. We were being like sensible boys. We went out and got like loads of we got a lot of what do we get? Like packs of water, bottled water. And as we walked back, I don't remembering this wrong. Like, was there like a lady who like completely started dissing us for like buying water? I feel like this is just me.
Yeah,
She's
she's
from
just started
Newcastle.
chatting
She's
shit.
From Newcastle. She was like, you fucking pussies, and we were like, we just got here. Shut up. Calm down. Jesus.
I was like, this is the start to Zante life. I was like, oh my goodness. It's mental. But like, speaking of the food, I'll just go to you, Haz. We all had to witness you. So Harry became Harry, you tried being vegetarian, didn't you? On this,
Yeah, for that whole summer.
that whole summer actually, yeah. And
Oh,
almost
God.
the worst time to be a veggie is when you're going on a lad's holiday to a place where the kebab is like the known thing. And everyone was eating all this like great food, and then I would order the veggie stuff, which obviously there isn't a lot of. And one night we were sitting there, and you all ordered like amazing burgers.
Yeah.
And then I ordered a veggie burger, thinking, oh, it's just be the same thing, just like peas and sweet corn in some sort of like creation. And it was a hash brown in between two bits of bread. That was it.
My favorite
Not even falafel.
one is every day us turning up to. So basically we got like, we didn't get an all inclusive. We got like a half inclusive. So we got like dinner. So we got dinner or lunch with
half
every day.
board, or what it's called.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it's called. And so my favorite thing would be every day just being like, what is Harry's dinner gonna look like? I remember one time there was the hash brown. There was one time there was the hash
it depended
brown.
on the chef. They would just create whatever they wanted, and I was like, no, just keep it consistent, man.
Although you did find a new lunch.
I remember one time there was just an uncooked mushroom in a bun. And I was like, what is that? Clearly, he did not think about being vegetarian. But because the food was so bad in our hotel, we had to eat out more. So we ended up spending so much money on fucking food and dinners.
Yeah.
Because we were like going out as if we were like splashing the cash on all these fucking fancy restaurants. We should have just head down to eat our €1 pizza, which is a topic coming up.
Oh yes. Should we get on to our first night in?
Go for it.
Let's do it.
How was it? How was the experience of getting onto that strip for the first time? I'll go to you, Aids, because obviously this is about you, mate.
Oh, I don't know. I felt like a bit. Oh, I mean, towards the end of the night. I mean, to be honest, well, we began at night, and it was. Trust us to find. Do you know what? We walked into this bar. It was a bit like deer in the headlights because there was so much to choose from. I felt like a kid in a pick and mix, just wanting to just basically have a bit of everything. So we kind of. I remember we started off
clubs
slowly.
and bars, by the way.
Yeah, what do you think I'm talking about?
Nothing else.
So we started off slowly. We were like, let's make our way from one end to the other, and we found what we looked like a really nice bar. Quite nice vibes, calm, have some pre-drinks. And we went in there, it was like, oh, everyone's really friendly, the bar staff's really friendly, especially to like us young lads, you know, maybe first time holiday out. And we started playing Piccolo, the Caliente version. And
the bar version.
In the bar version. And then I remember as we got onto the Caliente version, we started noticing that there was a considerable lack of females in the bar, which is, I know, as young lads, was our main goal, being in Zante. So we started looking about, and then we started noticing topless men dancing on the bar tops. Like, have we actually gone to a gay bar on the first night?
As our first bar.
As our first bar.
Do you know what? Though? I really enjoyed it though. I thought it was one of the best bars there.
Like,
being honest.
honestly, yeah.
I just remember
I thought
that
it
was
was
the
best
most
music.
That was the most drunk. I think that was the only time Harry was more drunk than me, because he was singing to Robbie Williams, like probably throwing some shapes in this bar, and I've just got this video of him throwing some shapes to Robbie Williams, like DJ.
Mate, if you
rock
give me a
DJ.
tequila and some rock DJ, I'm all about it. Do you know what I mean? That's me.
Brilliant.
But like the big thing with Zante was like everyone was outside the club trying to get you into their club. Like that was a huge thing there.
Oh
And
my God, it was so annoying.
I think like we were trying our best we were getting more and more frustrated as the week went on, but I think we were trying our best to like
Joe was.
avoid that on our first night and try and find our like first club to go to. And did we end up at the end of the strip, like
Yeah,
on the first night?
Yeah, so that basically we slowly moved around, and obviously people have given us different recommendations of places to go, didn't they? And so we like trialed out different places. We're like, let's just get a feel for like what ones we kind of really like. So like I don't know where we went, to be honest. To be specific to you, I don't know what ones we tried the first night, But we ended up in a really expensive like Hawaiian style bar. I can't remember what it's called. And the boys were like, "This is way too pricey."
Waikiki.
Waikiki. Yeah. Waikiki.
I'll never forget it.
It's way too pricey, and I was just like off my face, man. I was so drunk, but like so.
Mate, I think we all were, because I kept saying to Aiden, "Look, it's Oaxaca." That's what you kept telling me.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't called Oaxaca.
Context: me and Aidan worked at Oaxaca that summer, so that's why.
I mean, what I can remember from Waikiki is that every single bathroom had the bathroom attendants, except Waikiki. The guys were fucking well aggressive because they wouldn't let you leave unless you gave them a tip. I don't know if you remember that. They're like, give us your spare change, or you're not leaving the bathroom.
I spent more money on that guy than I did drinking.
Yeah.
Literally, it was like, oh, here, have another €2, mate. Sorry, that's what's going to go on my pizza. But, that is one thing I did notice, though. Like, speaking of the aggressive stuff, like the bouncers, I didn't realise how they just take no shit. Like, I think it must have been maybe the first or second night. I just saw like bouncer just like push this guy, like probably causing trouble on the floor.
I remember that.
And it was like...
Well, we'll get onto it, but do you remember when we were on the boat, and as we were leaving, we were one of the last guests to leave the boat, and the guy that owned the whole thing was talking to a new bouncer and said, "No beating the shit out of people. Just get them onto the coaches. Don't beat anyone up." And I was like, what?
Oh, I remember that. I remember it in him saying, I mean, we were like, oh my God.
We just quickly ran onto the bus as quick as we could.
It was mental.
But speaking of the first night, what happened to our boy Joe Kelly?
Should Joe explain?
I remember him kept walking off.
The first thing is there's a couple of different people when you're on a night out, right? There's the people that don't really dance, there's the people that like to sit a lot, and there's the wanderers. And Joe was 100% the wanderer. Not for any reason. He would just go for walks.
I just get really bored really easily. So like, what I'll do is
you're in a club.
Yeah, but like, so I'll be like, I'll dance in one place, then I'm like, right, time to move on, and then I'll just go like, I like to make friends with strangers as well. So like, I'll dance in one group, then I'll go dance in like another group, and I'll find that other group. So yeah, I'm like, I ended up doing shots of random people that night. I literally remember doing. All I remember from Waikiki is drinking mojitos with some random other group of people. I just don't remember, and that's what I just don't remember. That's it. Oh, and then
that wasn't what messed you up though.
Huh? No, that wasn't what messed me
up.
That
wasn't what messed you up.
Oh, the Blue Lagoons were like fucking me up. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was quite vibey though.
On the first night, bearing in mind, so we're trying to like just attack this lad's holiday as a proper bit of freedom for everyone, and three of us were in a relationship. Yeah. And Joe, obviously, because we're
making
in
it sound
Zante,
like I'm about to like cheat right now. Like, this is like,
no, you didn't. No.
That never happened.
Well,
this is good.
Joe did not cheat.
Joe sinks Blue Lagoons pretty much all night. As much as he wants to say he had shots with strangers, all we ever saw him drinking was Blue Lagoons, right? Every time we saw Joe, which was rare because he was fucking walking off everywhere, he was holding a Blue Lagoon. We finally get back to our place, and you drop the dirtiest green poo in that toilet.
Green.
This shit was fluorescent. I remember you took a photo of it, and it was basically glow in the dark.
I think there is a photo of it somewhere, but when we say green, I need you to imagine like
the Hulk.
The like like the Incredible Hulk, or I don't know what else is really green, like a four-leaf clover,
when you cook
the four-leaf
spinach.
clover emoji on the iPhone. That
This shit was a glow stick.
Yeah, glow stick.
And then we all like obviously got back. We're all absolutely steaming, and we're just trying to figure out getting into bed. Right? We try and open the door to the bathroom, and we can't. And I'm like, oh Christ, what's going on here? Eventually, Joe, in his drunken state, has obviously unlocked the bathroom, but is going back to the toilet because he's like got his head over it because he's trying to throw up or whatever. And, we just
or did I just
the door.
pretend? Or did I just try to?
No, I think you were trying to. And then, pretend. We open the door. We've got Joe curled up in his white boxers, hugging the toilet, with his head like hanging into the bowl.
I've got a photo of it.
There was a humongous green shit.
I think it should be the
Just
thumbnail
sitting
for this episode. Just that photo of him hugging the toilet.
Oh my god.
There you go,
that'd be
Harry. Make it
amazing.
happen.
Yeah, I will.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I like cut him out. I'll Photoshop him out and like put him in like a red background or something, like just flying away.
Don't put me, no. Don't put that as the thumbnail. Don't put me as the thumbnail. You can put the green poo by all means. I don't give a shit about that. Don't put the actual picture of me on the toilet there.
Can't put a picture of a green shit on the internet.
Yeah, you can. There's a whole website for it called callratemypoo.com.
No, imagine we're doing a guest episode with Aidan and we put the green poo as the thumbnail. How fucking offensive is that?
I mean that segues into Harry having a sleepless night. Was that your sleepless night? Your first night?
It was, yeah, the first night. So
That's
I'm a bit of
tough.
a worrier, as people who listen know. So I was a little concerned over Joe, which was like, you know, it's just a bit of love. I
Just being
wasn't
a good
actually
friend.
thinking, oh my god, he's going to die. Obviously, we'd all had too much to drink. It was just Joe had shown the effects quite early on. So we eventually got Joe to bed, and before anything else, his girlfriend at the time was texting me and was like, can you just make sure he's all right? Because, you know, she was obviously worried. She was away on her own holiday and she just wanted to be concerned about her boyfriend, which is fair enough. Now, I was texting her and looked left where Joe's bed was, and he was asleep. Imagine like a snail, but imagine a human trying to do an impression of a snail. He was asleep like that. And I was like, well, he's not going to choke on anything.
So was he in like
She
was he in
basically-
child's pose basically?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
In the contrary, me and Aiden, I think we just crashed and that was it. Just head in the pillow.
Yeah, we had a really good night's
Good
sleep,
night.
mate, to be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty chill
Uneventful.
over our side.
Something also happened that night, Aiden, didn't it? We had a.
Was it the first
There was a bit
night?
of a tussle on the beach. That was on the first
Was
night.
that night
Was that the
one?
first
Yeah, it's
night?
night
I
one.
don't remember.
That was
I
night
mean,
one.
everything
My
happened.
God,
didn't it?
everything happened on day one.
So I'll tell the story because you'll tell it wrong.
Well, you can tell it
I'll
from your
tell
side,
it
and Aidan
wrong,
can tell it from his.
apparently.
Aidan can tell it from his side as well. Two sides to the tale.
So at the time, so we come out Waikiki. Me and Aiden are like, so I don't know where the other boys were actually. Me and Aiden were going for a little wander, and Aiden's like, oh, and Aiden's like, sees this little wall that's full of the females, and Aiden's like,
Species.
oh, should we like wrestle? And I was like, no, Aiden, I'm not wrestling right now. I was like, I'm tired. And he's like, no, let's fucking wrestle. Let's wrestle. I was like, I don't want to wrestle. Next thing I know, I go to walk away. Aiden puts his foot behind my foot in front of me and then just pushes me to the ground and then just jumps on me, puts me in a headlock. And I'm like, what are you doing? I can't get out, obviously, because I have no clue this is happening. I'm also steaming off my face. And like, yeah, and I was
Is that
fuming.
true, Aidan? Is that how it went down?
Did you have no clue, or you just
we did end
too,
up sort of
you know?
like basically having a most in-betweeners fight you could ever describe. But I don't remember it being because of females. I mean, I'm not that predatory.
Well, I'd tell you what, all I know is that they were there.
We gotta make it sure
I remember.
we're not trying to
I
diss
think you
anyone
guys
here.
were there as well. I think Harry and Cody and Joe were there, but it was
We
on a
watched it
beach,
happen,
wasn't
it
it?
was amazing.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
thing is,
but
when I get
they were
when I
like
get a
with
bit,
us though.
You guys were
Yeah.
ahead of
They were
us.
there.
Yeah.
well, I remember us being absolutely drunk, and when I get a bit of drink in me, I get a bit rowdy, don't I? So I think it was
Not aggressive.
not
but,
like
fun.
aggressive. I just wanted to get hyped up, and everyone was starting to like die out. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone wanted to go to bed, and at this point, I've been training all summer with the old drink, so I wanted to carry on going. I mean, yeah. So I think in my mind, I wanted to hype up Joe with like, come on, let's get a bit rowdy. Let's have a bit of let's rough and tumble a little bit on the beach, and
And I was
you
not
won.
up for
yeah, I
it.
threw him onto the floor.
Well, I wasn't up for it. That was why. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And he's like, I don't care if you don't want to do it.
RKO
Do it
out of
anyway.
nowhere.
Watch out!
It
We
was
couldn't
so
really-
good. It was so.
It was too
we were
quick to
sitting on a
film.
wall. Yeah, we couldn't film it, which is a shame. But we were sitting on a wall, and we just saw two of our best mates fighting in the sand, just like wrestling over each other. And we were just sitting there like, what's going on? And then I just turn, and Cody's eating his €1 pizza, just like trying to ignore
Right.
it.
I feel like we keep coming back to it, so we have to talk about it. The pizza boys.
Yeah.
let's talk.
Probably
about
the
Incredible.
highlight of the holiday.
It's probably your best meal, wasn't it, Harry?
Yeah, it was weird. It was going from a club that like was so expensive with the drinks to then going and getting like pizza that we thought was going to be shit as well. Because obviously, if you're paying
Yeah.
€1 for a massive slice of pizza, you're just like, this is going to be horrendous cardboard.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
like you said, it wasn't the
miscellaneous
best meal.
meats.
I kind of like feel like, was it that good or were we just that drunk?
I think it's a
felt
bit of
like
both.
Cody
Yes.
would go and get it sober. Cody would go and get it like completely sober, so you knew it was all right.
He was a fan.
yeah,
There
there was a night where I'd
really
not-
upset, so I bought him a couple of slices of pizza.
I remember that.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I think, I had like 2. I was like, wanting both out.
Cody was really grumpy basically one night because we had our night ruined by events events from another country. And then it was kind of my
that
responsibility.
sounds weird.
Yeah, it does sound weird. Nothing really bad happened. It was just someone was being annoying in a different country. I'll buy him some pizza, cheer him up, and honestly, the smile on his face after he had that pizza
Like a
was
happy puppy.
bliss. He was like a puppy.
We didn't say anything for about half an hour, did he? He was just there munching.
No.
But you know what, though? I don't think it was along with the pizza. I think also the old lady that was serving it, like she was like
Right,
so,
so
nice.
That's not so. Cody was single on a lad's holiday, and he found an old lady serving pizza.
Would you like a lick of my cornetto?
Would you like a lick of my? Would you like a lick of my pepperami? Yeah, mate. Definitely did not say that when I was there.
are good people.
Out of 10, what were we rating the pizza? Was that?
Oh,
Was that
10.
10?
Like
10.
20.
It's better than any pizza I've had.
€1
Genuinely.
as well. You think
Nothing
about
will
Domino's.
ever taste like that.
Yeah, it was juicy,
And also,
wasn't
the
it?
slices were huge.
Yeah,
Like they were like the size of my face.
no, it's crazy.
And Joe's got a big head, so
So I've got a little's tale.
Yeah, go
so
on then.
Obviously earlier I said we would pre-drink at Cody and Aidan's place, and we would come up with different games like Ring of Fire or whatever, and we play it on the balcony. Do you guys remember the night I thought I was going to die?
Yeah.
So we
There's been
bought
many.
drinks from the supermarket nearby, and the beer that I'd bought, one can had gone off.
Oh,
and
yes,
I googled
yes.
it because I was like, "Oh, that tastes rank." Like, stop drinking it, and I googled it, and I was like, "What is that? Why has it gone off?" And I was just reading like comments of people dying, like, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And immediately sobered up. This was like day 2 in Zante, and I was like, "Oh my god,
Harry
I'm gonna
was
die
the-
on a lad's holiday."
I think Harry, you were the overthink is probably like
I was
the
definitely
wrong
the
word.
dad.
But
I was the dad of the group that holiday.
yeah,
which
you
is
were
kinda
you sort of you cared. It's kind of my way.
if we were to do it again, if we were to do it again, would you be a little bit less responsible?
Oh, mate, I'd go all out. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I mean, especially after this pandemic, let's go now.
Take me away.
I would have finished that diseased beer straight away.
To be fair though, I have a video of you then doing absinthe after it.
Oh god.
I have a video
Yeah, I
of
was
you
like, I
then
need to
doing some
catch up.
absinthe after it, and it's like because I've like I remember me and Aiden saying, "Oh, take this; it will disinfect you." It's like acts as like a disinfectant. So we're just giving him this absinthe, and then his face afterwards just looks like he's frozen in time.
Your uni friends are your best friends, guys. That's what.
Yeah, we had your back. We had your back.
Speaking of shots, the night that we went for a meal, we went to like a steak.
Well, when we
place,
went and
didn't
got a mixed grill.
This is what I wanted you to
Yeah.
tell. Aiden, please tell the mixed grill story.
I just remember Joe getting bullied by the waiter, even though we'd all ordered the same thing, apart from you getting the vegetarian sausages. But I think
So
he
we
went around the
to a
table,
steak
didn't he?
restaurant, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So we went to this steak restaurant, and we're having a bit of banter with this waiter, and he thinks he's like one of the lads, and like he was an absolute arsehole by the end of it. Boys loved him. I thought he was a knob.
I loved it. He's
Yeah, of
doing
course
shots
he did.
with us. I thought he was great.
And So anyway, obviously Harry's veggie, and we're all taking the mick out of him for being veggie because his veggie food is so shit on this holiday. And so all four of us get mixed grill, but apart from Harry. So we're like, oh, mixed grill, and we kept doing that. So the whole classic, oh, mixed grill. And then so I say, as soon as I be like, oh, can I get a mixed grill, please? To the waiter, the waiter then says to me, oh, do you want a mixed grill? And I'm like,
yeah, no, to be fair, it's because you didn't quite say it like that. You might have thought you did, but we were all ordering our food and everyone was taking a piss out of each other because you're all ordering the same shit and you go, mixed grill? And then the waiter just goes, mixed grill?
Dad just takes a fucking massive piss out of me and I'm like, brilliant. And then
he was a bit weird.
I like how
I'm not gonna lie.
you've tried to tell this story so that you sound like you're on top there.
That's what we're all here for, you know. Got other witnesses.
Come on. I see it a different way.
Speaking of seeing it a different way, Aidan, do you want to tell the water park story?
Yeah.
The water park.
Yeah, you can tell this because this is your responsibility.
Well,
this is your.
This is the night when we met that the two girls, isn't it?
Yeah, the lovely.
Yeah.
Is that, and they basically were sat on the table next to us. What?
Without making it sound weird, they were genuinely
Cody,
quite
it was just
fun
cut the
to,
way
like,
Cody went. Yeah,
dance
they're
with.
lovely two girls.
But
Lovely
they were
Japanese.
genuinely all right people, weren't they? They weren't like, you know, we wanted to find people that we could go and party with. So like,
yeah.
we found
Yeah,
these
they were
people
cool.
and then go on, Aidan.
Yeah, they were nice.
They were
But what they invited us to, they said that they were going to a water park, and I'm all about water parks. I don't know about you. That sounded lit to me, and you know, if girls are inviting us there, then
Yeah.
I'm all for that. But anyway, so we were like, yeah, cool. We'll get tickets for the water park the next day, and there was like those like little touristy kiosk places dotted about the place. So I think the next morning we went to get tickets for that, didn't we?
No, you went. You and
I
Joe
went with Joe Lang, didn't I?
We did. Yeah, we did not go.
So me and Joe Lang went and got tickets for it. And I remember when we were buying it, we were like, all right, sorted. And we got on this coach, and it wasn't actually that. They didn't seem that bad because there was a group of people there as well. There's like loads of other people buying tickets for this place, and I remember us having to get a coach for about 2 hours to the middle of nowhere in the middle of this farm. And of course, we'd absolutely chasing girls gone to a different water park, and this one was such a B-Tech water park. It had like a paddling pool. It was like a 5-foot slide. The water was so algified, like it was kind of slimy at the bottom of the pool. Like
Yeah.
it was definitely 80% piss as well. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the kids' pool was very warm. That's what I'll say. Very warm.
But all in all
All of this chasing girls, man.
yeah, and for daytime experience, like, because we didn't do much during the days, best day. Night is a different story, but easily the best day we had, because we were just like, fuck it, we're going to have to make this the best we could. Because the coach took us to the middle of nowhere. We didn't know how to get back.
Yeah.
So we were like, fuck it, let's just have a good time.
Yeah, because he
And I
just
actually
drove
thought it
off.
was like the best. Yeah, and we were like, well, how do we get back? And no one knew.
But you know
So we
what
went
though?
to
Like
the wrong water park. Oh, so good.
that water park was like, I think what was good about it, because it wasn't overly packed, we had a lot of time to just like you say, just chill out. I remember sitting around like a table eating ice cream for like half an hour and just like chilling, just doing what we wanted. I don't know if we would have got that if we'd gone
we
to
had
the
so
one.
much time to go on the same slide 20 different
Same
times. Like, it was great.
We started making it an experience. Like, I remember, Aidan, this is going to put me and you in such trouble, but we used to, like, we'd be at the top, and, like, say I'd go first, I'd piss on my way down the slide.
Oh no. Oh no.
So that Aidan would then have to slide in my piss. And that is the sort of lads' holiday that you experience with us guys. So
That's what it was. I left
no.
my towel at the bloody on the bus.
I lost my
Bus home.
sunglasses.
yeah, you did.
I lost my towel.
A lot was
So I lost
that
my
day.
towel, and then
Dignity.
so I said to the boys, "Oh boys, can you grab me a towel, please?" Like, just buy me a and then the boys are heading out. Like, oh, do we need anything? I was like, oh yeah, can you get me like a beach towel? And they were like, okay, cool. Worst mistake I ever made.
Yeah,
The
this
boys
is
come
my
back,
bad.
like, give me a bag. Here's your towel, Joe, and it's got a Hannah Montana bright purple towel in it, and I have to use it. We've got like 3 days left. I had to use a Hannah Montana towel for the next 3 days. So it's
Sorry,
bright
man.
purple one.
Everyone's a fan.
I'm not.
So I wanted to talk about the full moon pie, or the blue moon pie. What was it?
It's a full moon, half moon.
A Cherry Bay.
This is funny.
Bucket
Cherry
pie.
Bay.
Yeah, the Cherry Bay. Decent vibe in there. Absolutely packed. This club. It was ridiculous. But it was on the edge of the beach, so like they opened up the doors and you'd also be on the beach. Yeah. They would do like fire tricks and like set off fireworks or whatever they were doing. It
was
I
really
pretty drunk,
good.
I can't remember. But like we were just drinking by the bucket. Like they'd give you a bucket and you'd be drinking that. So it was a great night. Couple of ladies. Obviously, because we weren't like the typical lads out there. I don't think we were going out there being all like trying to be manly and butch and stuff and like this toxic masculinity. We were just being ourselves, like just idiots, basically. And I think that must have sparked an interest from them because they would come over and start like jumping in on photos that like the people were taking of us or whatever. And then there was one girl, I really needed the loo, so I was like sneaking my way through the crowd, and the girl came up to me, and she was really drunk. You know, if she's listening, she's definitely not listening, but if you are, I understand. You're only human. And she stopped me, put a hand on my chest, and went, "I love you." And I was like,
I love you
okay.
too.
And instead of like just trying to be nice, I just went, cool, and ran. I fucking bolted. And I think Aidan was in the toilet, and I just remember seeing him and just being like, you need to get me out of this place, man. I was so scared of this
I have
lady.
a confession to make. So whilst like the girls are like trying to talk to us and stuff like that, and they're like, and the girl goes, oh, he's really hot, and you go, and I said, go talk to him. You should go and. And basically,
why would you do that?
Because I wanted to see how you handled it.
I fucking ran away
Because I knew you would. I knew you would feel
scared.
really awkward and run away. So I just wanted to see you.
Oh my
squirt.
God.
I never
thought
knew.
you were about to say,
knew
"Oh, I
that
told
was
her
a
to
joke.
say that." That's a joke. Like, oh, you fucker. I thought you were going to say, "Oh, it's all chill." That was a joke. Like I set her up to do that, and that would have like changed my.
Oh no, she was
thoughts on the whole
genuinely
situation.
interested. I just basically G'd her up and said, "Yeah, you should go for it. You should go for it." Obviously, I knew you would
You
say
bastard.
no because
What a great
you're
friend.
a lovely guy. But like,
And he was in a relationship.
Imagine if
I
I was
know
just like,
he's-
yeah, I love you too.
Harry's
we should
like
run away
the
together.
most loyal person. Harry's like a dog. He's like a golden retriever. He's loyal. But like,
I'm such a dog.
We also, I was going to say, before we get on to some of the things, other events we did as well, there was this one geezer who decided to follow us around on a little scooter, trying to sell us tickets constantly. And I'm sure anyone who's listening to this who has been to Zante or anything similar has probably had that happen to them as well. But it was just, I think because we're guys, I feel like there's just more of a thing that people want to sell things to us because of like the constant question we get is, are you guys single? Oh great, okay. Like it's like a constant thing of that, and we were just like not interested. We even had a guy in a restaurant that kept trying to get Joe into the restaurant, just him, no one else, and Joe kept saying no. For context, we kept from our hotel to walk to the strip. We had to walk through like a series of little alleyways to get onto the main.
Not the safest route.
Not the safest route,
basically,
especially at night.
because it was like cutting out half the strip that we didn't want to walk down again because it was like
Yeah.
we had so
It
many-
cut the corner,
so, like,
didn't
we'll
it?
go down a quieter route to make it easier.
Yeah, I mean, and every time we go past this, it was a restaurant like on the corner of the strip, basically, and it
was
must have been 2 or 3 times that he must have that same
Mate,
guy was
2 or
saying,
3?
"Come in."
Mate, like 10. Try 10 times. Honestly, the guy literally would shout you. He'd be shouting at you from like 100 yards away, and he'd keep shouting until you're 100 yards in the opposite direction to turn the corner. And one time, I was like, I can't handle this anymore. So literally, before he even uttered a word, I was like, no, we're not fucking coming in. You is the word I said. I lost it. Like, he was doing my nut.
Best time ever.
Did my nut in.
He was very smug. He was very smug. To be fair, he was like, "Oh, okay."
But
Shut me up.
Is this just me, or am I imagining this? Didn't we eventually go in and he gave us like load of free shots? I feel
Yeah,
like
we did.
eventually cave in.
It was
He
our
gave
last
us
day.
loads-
We were just like, do you know what?
Because I remember
persistent.
you
free
didn't.
drinks.
Didn't you lie to him or something, saying, "Oh, we can't come in because we've got a flight tomorrow
Yes!
morning," and we
then
didn't.
saw him the next
Yeah.
day, we went in.
We saw him next day and we were like, "Oh, actually, it was cancelled. So, guess we're coming in now."
And he gave us
It's like
loads of
crazy.
free drinks. I was like, do you know what? This guy is a pretty G. I was like, fair enough.
Another shout out to a sort of host, if you like, was what's his name? The guy that was smaller than Alex, the man smaller than Joe was. We loved him. He was what
I
a
don't
legend.
He was
remember
our
this
best
guy.
bit about that holiday.
He was
Huh?
I don't remember
I
this
said
guy.
he was the best bit about the holiday.
the
You
guy
remember
that
Alex?
'cause we-
the shisha guy.
He was the guy that gave us the chili shots.
Oh, yeah, no, I do remember this guy now.
Because we only saw him when we were drunk. Because by the time we were passing him, we'd already been pre-drinking. But there was one night we took a night off and went to his place, which was expensive because it was like basically a cocktail bar.
Hella
But
expensive.
yeah, he was like, he would like just sell shisha and like all these cocktails, and he was just a legend. He was fucking great.
Yeah, he was
I
awesome.
hope he's still going. I hope he's there.
He's a really nice
I
guy.
do remember.
yeah, he was
I remember
really
him being. I remember him being worried at the time about
Brexit.
because of Brexit. Like he was just saying about how just everyone coming in is just completely dropped. The amount of people that would go on holiday to Zante is just dropping. And he was saying that in the winter we don't make any money, so we depend on these months. And because of at the time, especially like Brexit, it was just it was weird hearing that. I was like, oh my god, like it made it a bit more surreal, even though no, we're not just here having a fun time drinking. It also took me out the matrix going, like we actually, if we have any way of helping them, hopefully we
deep
can
with
do that.
shisha, mate.
Yeah,
You had quite a nice
man.
little view. You and who is it? You had quite a nice little view from
Me
that
and Cody
shisha place,
saw
didn't
it.
you, Codes?
yeah.
Harry and Codes. You had a nice little view to the left. So basically, to the left of this, well, depends what way you're looking.
Whilst doing our chili,
Next to
Aidan's worried now. He's
next to
worried.
this, next to the shisha place, there was an abandoned building.
it was like
And
scaffolding, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like I think it was a building site. I think they were obviously building something there. But and Cody and Harry come over and be like, "Oh my god, what is going on?" And do you want to? I'd let you tell the rest of the story, Codes.
There was a couple, I think they were sat down on the pavement, weren't they? Having a bit of the old rumpy pumpy.
Sat down.
Argy-bargy.
I think one of them was sat. I think one of them was laying down.
The
Well, I
other one
remember
was
it
doing
wasn't-
some
'cause-
like squats above him,
Yeah,
getting the old games.
yeah.
in.
Because it was Harry. I think you pointed it out to me. I didn't see it first off.
But
Yeah.
how about that boat party?
Yeah, boat party was. I mean, because of what we did, we went on it, and then it took you out around the island, and then I think we all got off, didn't we? And you have a little swim next to this sort of cove, around sort of maybe like the north side of the island. I just remember the water being fucking freezing. Like it was because it was.
Yeah.
I think at that point it was like because it was sort of sunset.
In
I think
shadow.
the shadow had completely come in, and I was like, this is horrible. It's like, I mean, I used it as a piss break. I don't know about you boys.
Oh, yeah, 'cause there was
I do
one
remember
toilet.
that, because the queues for the toilets were
Oh.
ridiculous, and
So
they
I
were
won't-
just like
should we-
full of shit. Oh, they were disgusting.
Who was it? I don't know if it was. I remember me and Harry needing a piss the most, queuing up, and I don't.
You two, yeah, that's classic.
I
Harry.
couldn't. I didn't think I was going to be able to hold it. I genuinely was like, Oh my god,
just
how
piss off
long?
the side of
I was just
boat.
ready to piss my pants.
I genuinely was thinking
Yeah.
of jumping off. I was like, I'm just going for a piss. Pick me up at the fucking harbour, or whatever you had to go back to. But I don't know
just
about the
remember
boat
being
party.
Harry at the end. Do you know what? I don't really remember. I don't feel like it was either we didn't really embrace it enough. I think we were. To be fair, it was very expensive.
Yeah, that's what it
considering
was.
what we paid for. I'd say this about the whole holiday in general. I think we underestimated how much the whole thing should cost.
Yeah,
And
because we went
I
like
think we should-
300
We
each,
chose an
maybe.
expensive island though. Like if we were to do it again, you'd have to choose an island or a place where it's lesser known for that thing. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
very true.
Because it was known
But
as
also,
a party
I
island,
w-
especially
go
the
on.
time we went. Well, no, I was just
Yeah.
saying, like,
You're not
especially the time of year we went, it was literally when the 18 to 30 clubs would go out. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You are very.
it was always
you
going to
are
be
right.
bad, but
I feel
we
like
didn't
if I was going to
predict
do it
it, like-
again, I would do it like an all-inclusive thing, just because then we wouldn't have to worry about food, because we did spend a lot of money on like food and shit. Like we spent so
hash
much.
browns, man.
Yeah, like we did spend a lot of money on food, like going out for like burgers and stuff. So then we wouldn't have to spend anything. Yeah, I feel like I would do that personally next time. But the boat party, I just remember it being like, oh, like you had to like, because you pay all this money to go on the boat, obviously, and like you then got to buy all these fucking drinks, which is so expensive.
Really,
it's
like we're
just
talking
like,
like £17 for like €17 for like a one drink. I remember
it's
paying
just
anyway.
not worth it.
vodka
It weren't
Coke,
worth it
yeah.
by the end of it. Well,
But
I
like,
just remember
it's
me and Harry
it's
being on
weird.
the top deck by the end of it and being like, I was steaming, and like, I don't remember. I remember me drinking someone else's drinks, like someone else's like champagne, like no, but at the bottle, at, like the champagne bottle.
Yeah.
Well, they had the
I think I
water
did
guns
too.
full of vodka as well.
Yeah.
They had the
Yeah.
people
Oh,
going
I know
around
that
with
girl
that.
that lives near me. Do you remember?
Yes,
There was
yes,
a
yes,
person
yes.
that was
'cause
working there, and she was like, "I know you," and I was like, "I don't know you."
No,
I remember that.
that's what
Do you
I
know what,
remember.
by-
Like we made friends with like another group, and they were like, "Oh, we've got like loads of vodka and champagne. You can have some." I'm like, hell, fucking yeah.
But you know what, by the end of because that was probably towards the end of our holiday was the boat party, probably like the 4th or 5th day. I think by that point, because at the time I was single, I was just not. I don't know. I just wasn't enjoying being single by that point. I think when we went anyway, maybe it was different in years before or after, but it was such a cockfest, if I can use that as a term. Like I'll shout out I'll shout out my favorite club of the place, of Zante, was Cocktails and Dreams. Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
But even in there, you'd have like rings of like 4 or 5 guys just like around like 2 girls who were just like friends, and just like for me, I struggled just trying to do that. Should we round up this section by saying, what would you, if you could go again, what would you do differently if you're up for it?
I'll go first. So like I said, I'll go. So my thing is just like not give a shit about if someone's there. Like if like you don't have to always go to the popular places. Do you know what I mean? You can still have a laugh as long as you go with the right people. It's fine. Don't spend all your money on food. Spend way too much money on food. And book more events before you go.
What about you, Aidan?
To be honest, I think I got all of the stupid stuff that I needed to do at that age out. To be honest, I think if I was to
Yeah.
go again, I want to go to the actual water park, because
Same.
you know what I mean. Like, we were chasing that dragon so much, man. I was so hyped for that water park, and we went to this BTEC paddling pool. I want to experience it, and if it's bad, I'm gonna be so upset.
Yeah, because it was like famous. It was a famous water park, apparently.
But the picture was amazing. The picture of the actual water park is like massive, like slides and that. So
I can't wait till one of you guys gets married, so it'll be like Stag Dude in Zante.
Oh my
At the
god!
right
Oh,
water
no,
park.
I don't want to go back. The thing, that would be my thing was, I would say, we've done that. We'll tick it off. We'll find a water park somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
if we were to go somewhere else, like if we would go again, like as a group again, I would definitely say let's do somewhere else, even if it was a little bit less popular, and then find our own. Like, because we were basically trying to copy what people had told us to do, or just follow the crowds. Whereas I think if you find your own, you have a much better time. So
I agree. I know what you mean.
I mean, it'll all change with the pandemic anyway. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'll add to what all you guys have said. Like, literally, I think when we went, it was like Aiden said, it was probably the right time to go. I mean, we were probably even seemed like a bit old to be going. Like, because most people do go when they're like 18, don't they? Sometimes, like from what I've seen anyway. Like,
some people manage to go when they're even younger.
Yeah, there were 16-year-olds out, which is quite. It's quite weird.
Suspect.
It's like, so us being 20-year-old, we felt like old men at that point. So it was. Joe was 30.
Yeah, he was only 73.
But like, if I was gonna go again, like, I think as we're older now, and like, it would definitely change things of what I would do. I'd say spend less on food. I think just allow for more money, like in the sense of bring more than maybe you need. To like, don't go with. I think I was going there going, oh, this is what I'm going to spend, rather than like take probably a bit more than you need, and now know that you're not going to spend that much money just within yourself.
Yeah, it costs like 50 quid to get more money out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
Oh,
and
yeah.
also, do you
Anything
remember
from
the
the
time
cash
that I went? What time I went for Cashpoint, and the little kid tried to steal my receipt, and then someone stopped them.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it prints the receipt with your full details on.
It
which
prints
is so
the
bad.
receipt, and it has your card number on the receipt. And I'm like, I didn't
So
know that.
stupid.
Yeah, it's mad. But you can't really. I don't think I would change that much because it was an eventful holiday. I'm glad it wasn't like boring, or like it was every day there was something to do. And we had our nice chill moments as well. Like we said, like when we were sort of getting ready for the next night. We'd hang out by the pool at like sort of 1 o'clock in the afternoon and have like hair the dog and all that. And there were some really nice chill moments as well. I think, which was just
It was quality.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to experience it, I'd recommend just watching the In-Betweeners movie. That's pretty much what we did, word for word.
It matters about who you're
Yeah.
with, though. I think that's the thing to say. Who you go with
Go
is
with
the
the right
big.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the big thing. I'd say.
we had a good crowd.
But yeah, should we move on to our check it out section, which is, I'll explain it because obviously I said to Aiden off podcast, but this is basically where we kind of put something to our listener, saying about something that we found out in the last week or so, or since the last podcast, and we just bring it to the table and say something that we've maybe enjoyed that we found. It can be like a film, it can be something that's like a new band we've heard or a new book. Which we were talking about books last podcast, so I'm not sure how that's going now.
Check it out.
All right. Mine's very short. I don't normally. So I don't. I do moisturize right on my face, but I've realised I wasn't doing it enough. I'd seen this. I know this is
Sorry.
This is
Check it
sort of
out,
blue.
and we're talking about fucking moisturizer.
Yeah, we
Right.
are. We're talking about.
Have you become an Instagram influencer since the last 2 weeks?
So
Moisturiser.
Context. I'd seen on Instagram. It was an advert for you boys probably seen it for Lumin. I think they're called. I'm not doing advertisement for Lumin. It's just
yeah, I have seen
it's
it.
there. I just thought because it's you get a free trial set for it, and I think it's £3 for delivery. I thought, fuck it, why not just get it? Got it. You get like a charcoal like cleanser. You get a moisturizing balm, and then you get a like exfoliating thing. I don't know what it is. Exfoliate. That's it. Yeah,
You get a sachet of exfoliator.
So
This is unbelievable.
but since using the moisturizing, I was like, why have I not been doing this every day? Like I normally would use the Bulldog moisturizer,
That's
but
what I've
with
got.
that, I'd only use it like maybe once every 2 days or something. And after using this, I'm like, why have I not? It's made my face feel so much better. This is all courtesy of my girlfriend Molly for saying you need to moisturize more. So
She's like, you look like shit.
you look crusty as fuck, mate. But yeah. But no, but that's my check it out. Not just Lumen, but any kind of I think especially for guys, like I don't know. I feel like especially for
skincare
guys,
for
I
guys.
don't know if it's
poor.
I don't know if it's a thing that like all guys do. So if you're a guy listening that doesn't sort of moisturize that much, give it a go. Like, honestly, I think it makes you just feel so much better when you're like going to sleep or
No, I agree.
waking
I
up next
agree.
day.
I agree.
I'd add as well, like maybe don't scrub every day, Codes, because that'll make your skin pretty irritated.
No, it's just nice little trial period.
I think it's a good shout, Codes. What about you, Joe? What's your check it out for this week?
So obviously, I'm now living in London with my 2 new flatmates, and they were like, "Oh right, you check it. Do you know what we should watch? Oh, everyone's been going on about this Bridgerton thing," and I'm like, "Right, okay, so let's watch it."
Have you seen Bridgerton, Aidan?
It's fucking.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
man. I'm so bored watching.
Did you finish
I feel
it?
like I'm watching. No, I haven't finished it yet. I don't want
So-
to. I'm bored, man.
But you need to
but,
finish
like,
it though
dude,
before making the full judgment.
Do you understand the
Right,
appeal
okay.
though? What's the appeal?
The appeal, literally, is right. So it feels like I'm watching because I remember. I remember watching Gossip Girl when my ex used to watch it, and like I was like, this is some bullshit. This. And it feels like the same thing, and I'm just like, I feel like this is like some Made in Chelsea meets this Gossip Girl meets Downton Abbey bullshit for its series. I'm so bored.
How many episodes have you watched?
I've got like 1 episode left.
So you watched a fair deal.
So-
I've watched.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've not watched like 1 episode and making a judgment. I've watched like 7 episodes, and I'm like, I still like unless something seriously good happens at the end. I'm like,
I do get what you mean though, because I finished it, like I watched it with Molly, and like it's honestly, it isn't something I would watch by myself. It's not really my type of thing. But like I think what I enjoyed about it was the cast and the way, because it's basically set in the sort of Georgian time. So
I know you're about to say. I completely agree with what you're about to say.
Yeah, like it's set in a Georgian. They've made it very period, and I'd say it's very accurate in the way it's like things are set out with sort of royalty and stuff. But the cast, this is one of the first like series, if you want to call it that, like that I've seen where a cast has been diverse, but not in a way that's trying to make shoehorn people in and trying to be obvious about why we're casting.
It's not being diverse for the sake of being diverse. Do you know what I mean? Like I completely agree. And do you know what? I do kind of appreciate the music they put in, like the classical music with like the other day. I think one of the last episodes I watched had like "Bad Guy" by Billie Eilish, but like in like classical music form, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I don't think it's right. Let me rephrase. It's not dog shite or dog water. It's it's just not as good as everyone's making out.
I feel like it is. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I feel like it's a love or hate, not hate,
Overhyped,
like or dislike thing.
It's just, but like way overhyped.
Aiden's sitting there quietly because he's in the final episode.
No, I've not watched any of it.
So my check it out is 2 things. Firstly, I watched Death to 2020, which was what Cody told us to watch a couple of weeks ago. It is class. It's so good. Like, amazing. But mine is actually another Netflix suggestion, and it's Auntie Donna's Big Old House of Fun. Has anyone else seen this
I've
yet?
not seen it.
No.
No, I've not seen it.
My God. Right. Firstly, Aidan, it's literally, you'd love it. It's basically Rick
Right.
and Morty, but in real life. Like, as in, it's like Australian Rick and Morty in real life. It's amazing.
Sold.
I was crying the whole time. It's so good. I think I've sent a few clips to you, Codes, on Instagram and stuff. It's those. They're a trio of comedians. Fuck me.
Yeah.
They're hilarious. They're so good.
Fair enough.
Well, you know, you watch Bridgerton, so
I'm not watching my choice. I'm not the one that wants to watch it.
What about you, Aidan?
Mine's a little bit different. Mine's I mean, peak pandemic has hit all of our housemates hard. So we've collectively, amongst us 4 in my flat, we were all watching Below Deck. I don't know if you've seen that reality TV. Yeah, it's reality
I've heard of
TV
it. I know
about
it.
people working. Yeah, it's quite popular at the moment, I think. But it's basically reality TV of people working on yachts, and it's so mindless. It's amazing.
yeah.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to pay attention, but you can follow it because it's just people beefing and getting drunk and serving, and working on deck, on yachts basically. And the food is pretty cool on some of it as well.
I thought Aidan was going to suggest something else because he messaged me just before, didn't you, about potentially suggesting like Hector Bellerin, who's an Arsenal football player, who he had a severe like knee injury.
He tore his ACL, didn't he?
Yeah, and he made a documentary. He's made like a whole on his YouTube channel. He's made like eight episodes, five it might be 5 episodes.
Yes.
Where he's like documented like his progression and rehabilitation going back to fitness. I've not actually watched. Have you watched some of it, Aidan? I don't know if you've.
I've watched about half of it, but I've gotten really into. I mean, with this lockdown, especially. I mean, all lockdowns. Who knows? Lockdown 6, whatever. But I've gotten into football really like massively again. I've started watching as many Premier League games as I can, and I really liked the Amazon documentaries on like Man City. I didn't watch the Tottenham one because like I can't watch Tottenham in it.
Tottenham, don't do it.
Being an Arsenal fan, yeah. And so yeah, I when this came out, I watched it and I was like, actually, it's quite good. It documents all of the like his rehabilitation, the surgery, the psychological effects he had to go through. Just everything.
It's all the things
really.
we don't see behind the scenes. Like I think
it was like 2 years he was out.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like to have all those problems, and you're kind of like, because at the end of the day, footballers' careers are short. It's like a maybe a 15-year career if you're lucky as a like outfield player. So to be taking that amount of time out, it's just like it must be so draining mentally, and it's just I really want to watch it.
It's interesting because you see in it, you watch him get into other things outside of the football. Obviously, I mean, he was always into fashion and that, but you see like a bit about what he did whilst injured, because I didn't know he designed all the Arsenal suits with someone.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's proper into that, isn't he?
Oh, wow.
That's what I like.
That's the thing. Like, I'd love to delve into that side of him because I know you meant to kind of keep it like personal life and then career. And like keep those separate, especially for like famous people like that. But that the fact that he's opened that up, that's well good.
But I think he'll be one of those people who, when they finish their career, as you see with like the clever footballers who they go off and they like invest in different things and like become like completely different fields to what they once did their career in. Like I think look at how successful Ronaldo is, for example, with his like. His brands, his like perfumes and all that, underwear. Same with David Beckham. And then you look at Messi, and like Messi hasn't delved into it nowhere near as much. So it's kind of you got different business heads, which I think is interesting as well.
Yeah,
that's a great double check it out. I love that. Personal question section. Would you rather eat chocolate-flavoured shit or shit-flavoured chocolate?
Oh, the thing is, if you're eating chocolate-flavoured shit, you're still eating shit, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Your mates are still going to go, you're eating shit. But then shit-flavoured chocolate is going to make you throw up.
Yeah.
I think
do you want to know that you've eaten chocolate or shit? Do you know what I mean?
This is a mad question. I did not expect this.
Do you know what? It depends how many drinks I've had with me, because if I was absolutely off my nut, I would eat the shit flavoured chocolate because I wouldn't be able to taste anything.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. I would have gone with that one because at least you know you're still eating chocolate.
Yeah.
I'll
go with that one.
Do we know? Like we know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's
I'll
a
give
shit,
you
isn't it? You know what I mean? They're like beating around the
chocolate. Have this brown object. There you go.
Hey, it
well, it's green if it's Joe.
No. I'm 100% going to shit flavoured chocolate.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with that one. Yeah, that makes what a question.
Messed up. Would you rather fart every time you laugh or burp every time you cry?
Fart every time I laugh. Because then it'll just make me laugh more. Do you know what I mean? It'll make everybody else laugh as well.
Exactly. I kind of do that already, so I think that's my answer too.
Yeah, you're quite a leaky guy.
I'm gonna go burp and cry.
Burp and cry.
Because I don't cry that often, so like Whereas I feel like I laugh a lot.
God, that is yeah.
I feel like I laugh a fair bit, so I don't want to. I'm not like farting all the time.
I'll go burp. Why not? I don't burp that much. Change up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Aiden saying you're quite a leaky guy is definitely saying it.
He's not wrong though. To be fair,
A leaky.
That got me.
Harry's getting wet up.
You're getting wet up, mate.
Wet up. Would you rather wear someone else's dirty underwear or use their toothbrush?
What's dirty?
Yeah, like we talking
days
skiddies.
I was in shits, foreskids.
We talk like nappy.
Oh.
No, it's not shit in it.
Why
it's
is it
just
all
like
poo
actual
related?
skids.
I think
You're
I'd
the one
use.
asking the
I
questions.
don't know.
I'll go then. I'm firmly going like toothbrush.
Nah.
No, because mouth. Oh, because then you're ingesting it.
Yeah,
If it's
mouth
just
hygiene
skiddies,
for
you can
me
just
is
fucking
different
wash that
to-
off. You can just
I'll
wash that off.
mouthwash afterwards.
But then it is poo, so you know.
I'd go dirty pants because it'll dry. You know, it's alright.
Oh no! No, I can't wash them sweaty, dirty pants. No, I can't.
But would you count as like wearing them, like putting it on for like 2 minutes or the whole day?
No, you like wear them for like a full day.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I'll do
I think. Okay, I'll bite the bullet and brush my teeth.
Oh, no, I couldn't do it.
Nah, I couldn't do
Just
something like
mouthwash after.
Would you rather spend the day wearing wet socks or spend the day with a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth?
Oh, I do hate that.
Wet socks.
I know what I'm
That
saying.
does really bug me.
Wet socks, yeah.
Wet
I'm wet
socks.
socks.
Yeah, wet socks. It does really bug me when I get that.
It's the
It
worst.
does
When it
kinda
gets
put
in
me
your,
off wet.
gets in your gum.
I would
Yeah.
go popcorn kernel.
The worst.
Because if it's only going to be in there for a day, you know it's going to come out. Whereas wet socks could like mess you up for a while.
But they dry there, don't they? Wet socks. Like they're not gonna just be.
No, they're permanently wet.
Permanently
You're just
wet.
sitting in wet socks all day.
I still do
But yeah,
that.
it's not just like I get your socks wet and then walk off. You can like take them off.
I just be, you know. I still
Still
got
got
wet socks. Yeah.
It real bugs me when I get like a popcorn kernel in my teeth.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Would you rather be able to speak to animals or every language in the world?
Every language in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the same.
That would be
Yeah,
such a
do you know
plus.
what? I'd probably go the same. Although speaking of animals would be fucking cool.
Yeah, it would be
I'd
cool.
Oh,
love that.
But then no one else.
Imagine
speaks
just
to
walking
animals.
and seeing a squirrel and being like, yo. And they're like, hey.
I just think
know what I
it's a bit useless though. Do you know what I mean? In my head.
Yeah, but then you're that weird
Like-
guy that's talking to animals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but you know how cool
If
that
I
is.
see,
Like,
if
it's
I
like-
see Harry just nodding to a squirrel, I'll be like, yo.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather like if Harry could speak like Polish, we can see the Polish person speaking back to you, whereas you speaking to like a squirrel, we have no idea what it's saying. So we're just going.
But you can hear. So say I'm like talking to a dog
yeah,
in dog, and they're woofing back.
yeah.
You know that they're talking to me, but like you just can't hear what we're saying.
You
Do you know what I mean?
say to
Whereas
the
if
dog,
you could
go
speak
get me a
this-
beer, and the dog will go get
Yeah,
you a beer.
and then you see it go get the beer. You're like, oh, okay, he's speaking dog. You know?
I feel like some people can do that already. To be honest.
Yeah, probably.
I'm like, geez, you got a connection.
It's called training your pet. But like,
Yeah, it's called training your pet.
My thing is, I'm halfway there already. I see an animal, I start talking to it no matter what. Anyway,
Yeah, that's what I
I
was
just
going
want
to
to
say.
be able to talk back.
You'll get that skill.
That's what I
one
mean.
day.
So I say hello to the squirrel, but the squirrel fucks off. But I'd rather say hello to the squirrel and be like, yo, what's up? And then fuck off.
Fair enough.
What about it's Aiden? You said languages, right?
Yeah.
Have I convinced you though?
No. I still feel like if you were talking to even if a squirrel could talk back, it's got a little brain, right? I reckon it would know
Yeah.
one word, and that'd be like nuts.
Yeah.
It'd be like, hello, and it'd be nuts.
So Harry's going,
Yeah.
yo, goes
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
think how many animals there are in the world. It doesn't take you long to learn their language then. You see what I'm saying? Because if all I have to learn is the word nuts in squirrel, I've done that one. Tick. I'll find another one.
I don't know why you sound like Ricky Gervais speaking. This is really. I'm not sure why.
He has
lost
got the
the
best
plot.
philosophy. He has got the best philosophy. Animals are better.
Well, beautiful people, that is at the end of episode 14 of the 3am chats. Special edition 4am chats with Mr. Aiden Felgate. Aidan, mate, it was a pleasure to have you on. How was your experience on the 3am chats?
Yeah, it was an experience. It was great reliving Zante.
Aiden's got emotional, everyone. Aiden's got emotional. Thank you very much for listening. Please make sure you give us a follow on our Instagram. Make sure you, if you're listening on YouTube, make sure you give us a like. Make sure you subscribe. Keep posted for any challenge videos we've got coming up. Hopefully we'll see Aidan again.
Yeah, we'd love to get you back, bro. We'd love to get you back.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be jokes.
Peace and love, beautiful people. Stay safe.
See y'all.